my God. Okay, so just so you know, guys, welcome first off.
Welcome.
Thanks for coming in. Thanks for hanging out with us. You have a very pissed off Mooney today. I'll tell you why. Episode 6 is what you're watching right now.
Yes.
Episode 6 was supposed to be a live. Okay, that was the beginning thing. Now we ran into a series of unfortunate events. We tried to use StreamYard. StreamYard had to have a very specific key from TikTok that I couldn't find.
Yeah, it was a lot. We could have used that setup through our other socials, but it would have left out the clock app.
Which the clock app is the main one we wanted to go to because that's where the majority of our friends and viewers are. So that really was the problem to begin with. So anyway, we finally made a decision just to go ahead and go directly from the clock app.
Mm-hmm.
And we got, I'd say, probably 9-10 minutes in discussing what we discuss here. You guys know the basics of what we do. And all of a sudden, off it went, and I was notified that I was bananaed.
And here's the thing. So we were having a great live. Those of you that were watching and are watching this now, you know what happened. And we were having a fantastic live. We were hitting on some good points. People in the chat were absolutely agreeing. And I always do, and I said it then, I'll say it now, this is for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, what she said. Entertainment purposes only.
Because, you got to say that. You got to make sure. So that they don't nanner you. And we got nannered.
But we did say that.
But you can't say the banana word either. So
no.
we got bananaed. And and I did say that. I said, this is for entertainment purposes only.
It was right before that.
It was, yeah.
Like literally, or I'm saying right after that.
It was right after I said
because she went in and I said, yes, of course, it's this, that, the other thing. And then continued on. And the next thing you know, off we went. Now, the bad news about that was I was supposed to be nannered for 7 days.
Right.
Which you guys realize, too, that's like our income. That's
gosh.
Because we do all of our live sales from my channel. I have 105,000 people.
Yeah, so we were freaking out a little bit.
I was like, "Are you kidding me?" So we're trying to do something really special with the with the podcast. And then wanted to do something with this, and the next thing we know, off the air 7 days. I'm like, we're in some serious right now because when it comes down to it, this is a bad time of the year for us to not have access to income. So we're like, oh great. So luckily, we submitted a couple of...
Don't bang on the table so much.
Oh, sorry. Submitted a couple of appeals to them, which they declined right away. And luckily, I have a TikTok, a clock app agent. Sorry.
A clock app agent.
Who I contact when things like this happen, because they do happen. And luckily, he was able to get things by the end of last night. Things were back up and running. That doesn't change the fact that what absolute and total bullshit it was, that we were just having an open discussion under the pretense of entertainment purposes only, and they decided that we got too close to the TRUGH.
No, we got too close to the untruth. Hey, it's opposite day.
Oh, I don't want to play this game. I don't want to do it. I just want to talk.
So
that's the problem we have.
And to touch on something that you said was really, you didn't like it. He said, hey, it's dumb. Now you understand the Dior bags.
Still dumb.
Well, because we found that when people were saying what they were, those videos were being taken down.
But why would you?
Why? Because it's obvious. And this I'm going to say, I'm going to say this because it's, for entertainment purposes only, but it's the truth. Okay, here's the thing. The reason why they started taking it off when people were referring to the Dior bags in the sky that we don't know what they are. They're up there and they're parked, and people in New Jersey, those Dior bags in the sky. When people were referring to those by what they are, the videos were being taken down because obviously people were right about what they are. And the people in charge want to keep acting like they don't know what it is and saying we don't know, it's posed no threat, but we don't know. But the truth of the matter is that they do know, and it's obvious in the way things are happening that they absolutely do know. And we're supposed to believe that it's a big mystery to everybody.
Yeah,
I don't fucking think so.
But even the word that they're using isn't even accurate. It's not real. There may be some of those things in the sky. There's some other things in the sky
absolutely
that are much more important
exactly.
imperative.
There's Dior bags, Prada bags, all these kinds of.
I don't want to say that.
But you gotta just, if you don't want to keep getting bananaed, you gotta, and so that, and it sucks that we can't just fucking talk and say what you need to freaking say, right? But we find we're intelligent humans, and we find ways around it, and then people start learning. Oh, that's what we're saying instead. Well, that's what we're gonna use. That's the substitution for that instead, and people pick up on it, and that's what you say.
And it's Soviet Russia is what it is.
Just like the word banana. You can't, because if you say the actual word what it is over on the clock app, then what? It's like an AI feature. They pick that word, and it thinks I need to banana you, and so that's why they do that. Now, I believe that what we were talking about was the reason, because we got a notice, and I, just in case, I don't want to use these words either, because just in case, but in other words, the notice was saying, basically warning, saying that it was community guidelines, but it was like saying
information incorrect.
Yeah, it was Mrs. like a teacher, Mrs. information. You know what I'm saying? It was that.
I don't like this. I am absolutely, with all my heart, with all my soul, with everything that I have, I as of the inauguration that takes place here in a very few days from now, I pray that all this bullshit goes away. That it becomes illegal to suppress free speech. Illegal, not just discouraged.
They're just words.
Illegal.
They're just certain words that you're getting across to try to make your point, and then there's you can't say that. You can't say. It's like, fuck you. Why the hell can't I? I want to be able to say whatever the hell I want to say, and that's it.
The only thing that was discouraged or taken away from free speech was to yell a certain word in a crowded theater. That was the only thing that was ever supposed to be, is to cause incite, panic, or riots, or anything terrible that happens. That's the only thing you're not allowed to do, and that's just common sense and being a decent human being, right?
Right.
So, but everything else, if I disagree, or if I have a theory, or if I have a thought, or if I have this or have that, I have every right to express that. And fuck you, Clock App, for trying to take us down for just expressing opinion. And all you do, and I'm talking directly to you, but I'm talking directly to any of you who are doing this, is you realize all you're doing is supporting what we're saying. Because when people see these things get taken right away, all it's saying is, they were right. That's what's going on. There's nobody out there going, I'm glad they ended that live, because there was a lot of, non-information.
There was a lot of untruths. And that's the thing. Like, it wasn't, we were just hitting on what everyone else was talking about. And you want to know, wait, on a different, kind of different, but kind of same. You know what pisses me off about that? It's like, I'm sorry. Like, when I'm on the app and I'm scrolling and seeing like different, there's some shit that I see on there that I'm like, how the hell is this not getting banned? I'm talking about like almost X-rated shit that I've seen on lives. And I'm like, what the heck? Why is this on the live? And that can stay on? That's allowed? That's okay? Or like,
even in the videos, some of the videos that come out, some of the content that we cover, I see more, they delve into it more than we ever do. And those apps or those videos are totally fine. Or people are doing some really heinous kind of things. And then I hear the owners of these apps come through and say, well, we're just trying to protect, all the kids. And we want to make sure that there's no, violence or anything bad that's taking place. But that's all that's on there. They support, and the more stupid it is, and the more crazy, they support it and they push that.
Yeah.
I mean, you go on any of the apps, you can see it. If it's outrageous, if it's crazy, if it's trashy, it's on there.
Yeah. And what pissed me off about that is that we weren't talking anything bad. What we were reporting back, and because it was supposed to be episode 6, and talking, every week there's different things, new things coming up, people like reporting new experiences, new things they see, new strange phenomenon, all that. And we were going to talk about that live with our live studio ostrich. We were gonna do that and have you guys interact with us on the live. We could answer your questions or read about any experiences that you might have that you're wanting to share with us. And I thought I was ready to just have a fun time. Then all of a sudden we get, bananaed, and it was because of untruths or whatever, the way they mentioned it to us that way. And then I started thinking later on, okay, so this isn't allowed. We were sitting here, we're sitting here professionally talking, letting you guys know what we're hearing out there, diving into these issues that it's not untrue when it's actually circulating.
Allegedly.
And all these things are happening. And it pissed me off that they're claiming that no, it's not. No, it's not. It's on the news even. It's on the freaking news. So, people are...
They don't want us. They don't want us to report the news.
Yeah, people are.
We're not mouthpieces for the government.
Yeah, you said that. We're gonna have to cut that out. That's the word you can't say. I told you that yesterday. As soon as he said that word, it got clipped. We're gonna have to put like a sound effect, like a.
So stupid.
So that's what upset me. It's like we're reporting on these things that people are saying, hey, check that out. Look, I took this video. Oh, look at the, and we know that it's real. We know that people are actually having these experiences, and it's their experience because it's happening the same way to multiple different people from different, some people are having the same things that they're recording in the sky and all of that. And we were just talking about it, and they were like, no, you can't do that. And I'm like, you know what? F you for taking us off the air when we're doing that, because oh wait, and this is, I don't have to, right? I can just say fuck you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, yeah. So and it really pissed me off because, as I was saying, I scroll sometimes on that app, and you have all this like crazy shit that people, the crazy drama of other influencers. They're not like conspiracy. They're just like messy content creators and influencers. Yeah, they're like messy, and like you have this one, and many of you are gonna know because if you follow me on the Cloud Cap, and I've made some funny videos about this one person. Yeah, and I don't even want to give her too much attention because it's like, ugh. But she's been going pretty viral on the Cloud Cap because she's just so messy and doing all these things. 35-year-old dating a 19-year-old and all this. And like there was an alleged live that she had where she went off camera and she was using a certain toy, and people heard it, and it's like that, and that live didn't get banned. What? What?
Fuck you. Not only did it not get, that word, but it also was promoted. They find those, and
then people clip that, and then they're sharing that clip, and that's fine. So it just pisses me off. I'm like, okay, so I can do that on live, but I can't talk about
it. I
can't report back we can't say, oh, did you guys hear about all the people, and it's in Carolina, right?
Yeah.
That are going out and they're things that they don't know what it is, and their trees breaking the branches. Oh, these things flying around in the sky, they don't know what it is. Oh, this weird freaking mist fog that's all these things. And I'm sorry, these are things that are happening. The people are reporting it all over the freaking world.
But that's also because the mainstream is trying to push the diversion, anything that's a diversion, not the truth. I don't want to say that word, but
it's fine. Say it because whatever.
I'm just saying. The problem is
there's a lot of videos out there about
they want us to be so distracted with everything else going on, and then their version of what's really going on, and there's all this that's happening, and we're sitting here just trying to decipher anything at this point, like what's real and what's not real. I have no freaking clue. I'm lost. I'm a psychic. She's a psychic, and we still sit here sometimes and go,
"What the fuck is happening?"
We got to tune in because there's so much of a circus going on around this. But I will tell you. And I'm speaking again directly to these idiot, whatever we call elites or whatever they are. Every time you ban what we're doing, you're just telling people they're right. They're right. Look out. They're right. Hey, busted.
And the viewers, you guys know that too. You guys, I'm 100% sure that those of you that were watching our live stream when we were hitting on those topics and they just went off the air, I'm 100% certain that you guys were like, oh shit.
Well, they did because they came back in the next thing we're saying. You guys were exactly on.
Exactly,
right.
We were.
I never thought about it that way. That's true. And so you all just screwed yourselves even more. Now you got more people in the consciousness that are waking up because you had to shut it down. You'd be wiser just to let us ramble and sound like idiots, and then come back and be like, yeah, whatever, man. I guess you're right. Like DIA, Denver International Airport. I will give them credit for one thing. That place is messed up. It's fucked up. All right, that place is a terrible, terrible place. There is so much going on there. We know about all the conspiracies. We know about the Lucifer horse that crushed the guy. We do all that. We know what's going on there. Yeah, the paintings, the Freemason marking, New World Order, airport, the whole thing. But here's the thing. There was so much controversy and so much conspiracy around it. It actually got them worried because people were actually going there and breaking into the different levels underneath. The people talk about this. There were individual investigators who were going in and finding ways into the lower caverns in DIA and exposing things that were happening. So instead of going with the, you guys are crazy, they started embracing it, and they made it a marketing campaign for, what's going on here. The UFOs have to fly out quietly. Please respect our space.
That's smart.
The lizard men who work underneath the airport would appreciate it if you didn't do this.
And then they made, remember those the billboards that they did in the hallways of like saying,
it was all marketing.
And they were like, oh, the it's not a conspiracy if it's true, is it? Like things like that.
Because they have to tell you. But that's the thing. They did it right, because you know what people did? The average human being.
Like, they're joking.
See, that's they know how stupid this is. They shut it off. And that's exactly what they want to have happen. Now, for us, we're like, touche, because that was a good move on your part. You finally start to figure it out.
You know what that reminded me of? I'm sorry, but it did. It reminded me like a child, like, like when two kids are playing, like playing on a game console, and one's really winning, and the other one gets pissed off and says, and turns off the game console.
Yeah. That's
what they did to us. We were like hitting on every point. We're talking about, the portals being open. We're talking about, and we have a podcast on that already. Mm-hmm. We did. It was podcast. Was it the first one? Is it the first one we did or second? I don't remember.
Second or third, I think.
It was the second or third episode. We talked about what was to come. We talked about the portals being open. We talked about all of that. That the Pope was going to go in and do this ritual in the tomb of Lucifer. All of that. We talked about all of that, and then because we talked about it last night on the live, it was like, no. So I guess the thing is, and here's what we decided. We're going to keep making these videos. We're going to keep doing our podcast. We're going to keep recording it for you. Next time we go live, I think we're just going to.
Well, we can't touch on anything because they're waiting. They've got their finger on the button.
I think it'll just be, when we go live, it's just going to be a live about, hey guys, watch our podcast.
We'll direct
on the YT, because you can't say another app over there.
It's crazy. We're trying to save this. Why are we trying to save this thing again? I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. Like last night, that's what I was sitting there thinking. I mean, it's by far my largest group of people that I have. But I started thinking about it, and I was like, why am I trying to save this shit? What am I doing? This is ridiculous. Because we have to deal with this all the time. That's why I'm praying that when the new administration comes in, that things get negotiated, and freedom of speech is the first thing that's put on the table.
Well, the thing is, it's not the ones that I don't. It's got to be whoever's in. I think whoever is in charge of the app needs to find a way, because if they have AI detectors, word detectors in place that just says, this word, and then we ban it. They need to really
reconfigure it.
They got to reconfigure it.
That's why, from what I'm understanding, it's going to be illegal to suppress free speech. Illegal. So
I hope so.
Flipping it the other way, where if an app is taking away your freedom of speech, you can report that app and tell them, hey, I wanted to say this, and they would let me say it. That's the whole idea. So we'll see. We'll see where this all goes. But man, you could have lit a match on my forehead last night. I was so pissed off. I was so angry.
You were pissed. You were upset. But that just goes to show those of you that watched last night and that you're watching right now, go back and research the things we covered last night and what we've been covering. If there's still some things that you haven't looked into, some things that you haven't, I haven't read it, go read up on them, go research them, go look for videos and people that have recorded their experiences and their point of view on what we're talking about. Like, the one that I still find fascinating as fuck is those invisible tree monsters, is what I call them, because we don't know what they are, do we?
Well, that's the thing. If you've seen the videos, there have been some really good, people who are very good with technology. I'm sorry, people who've been good with technology that went in and they actually were able to like go frame by frame by frame by frame by frame, and you can see what looks like a gray alien.
It looks like.
Then that blew my mind because I'm like, these little tiny things, how does it have that kind of power?
Imagine the strength on it.
Or is it 100 of them?
Or is it a lot of them? Yeah, exactly. I saw one, what Chris is talking about, where they went in and they didn't change anything. They just messed with the lighting so that you could see what maybe you couldn't see in the regular lighting. That's what you're talking about. And they went frame by frame, like Chris was saying, and there was two of them. I think I sent you that video where there was two of them in one of the trees, and they zoomed in, and it's like, okay, humanoid, I guess.
Yeah.
But one of them was larger than the other.
Well, and it had the big eyes.
Yeah, one of them was larger than the other, and then that brings up the question. So are these also like some that are older get bigger, some are, or is it male and female? Like what is going on? What is happening?
Going back to our experience, we talked about when I think we woke up during an abduction.
Oh yes, we did.
When we were in Missouri, and the ones that I saw were large. The things that were grabbing me were not little tiny creatures.
No, they were big. They were big. They were tall. With the ones I saw,
strong.
Yeah,
yeah. And so we had that memory, that collective memory back from it.
We did. That was crazy.
So yeah, I think there are different types. You know, we'll find. I think we're gonna know real quick here. I think we're gonna actually get some kind of disclosure. But see, the thing is too, it's going into another subject. I hope that we're here to see it, because if y'all have been seeing what's been going on with the out there,
the fog, you can everywhere. Say it here.
The fog, yeah. The mist. Now, not only are we going, oh my God, it's burning my lungs. I have this respiratory thing going on now. You know, I'm sick. I don't feel well. My stomach. People are complaining about all kinds of things. Now they're seeing the aftermath of this is that it's leaving this residue on grass, on pools, on different things, and it's growing spores.
It's growing like hair-like spores.
So
that's what.
Come on, think about that. If you're inhaling that, this stuff's getting into our lungs, into our bodies. Now, I've had people that, well, it's supposed to be so they can track you. That's the new theory, is that it emits like a signal back to whatever equipment they're using. I don't know. I can't speak to that. But I will tell you, since I breathed that in, taking out the trash here, and I know I did because I saw the mist. I was like, what is this? And it smelled like very heavy carbon monoxide with almost a metallic taste to it.
Yeah.
And I breathed it. I have been sick ever since.
My asthma's been terrible. I know I breathed it in as well. Because we leave here late and it's very foggy. Very soon, what we should do is record it when we go out there so that we can put it up on the clock app and y'all can see. But you know, I haven't been able to get rid of this. And you guys heard my voice the other day. If you were watching live, you heard how bad my voice sounded. And it's been on and off. Like it'll get better and then it comes back. And I'm not sick. I'm not sick like when you feel like you have a cold or a flu or. It's not that, but it's this cough that comes out of nowhere, and I'm like, why am I feeling this if I'm not sick? Like, where is this coming from? And that's what I've been feeling. And a lot of other people have been reporting the same thing.
Well, and
stomach problems too.
Stomach problems and the insomnia. And
yes,
she's got insomnia.
Bad.
Okay, a lot of people have insomnia. I have insomnia too. But the other thing that I have is I'm so exhausted because whatever this head chest thing is won't allow me to sleep. I wake up every few seconds, every few minutes. I'm awake. Oh, back to sleep. Oh, awake. Happens all the time. So now I'm at the point I have almost narcolepsy, where I'm sitting here. I'll be in the full blown conversation. I'll be involved in something, and the next thing you'll see me doze off because my body cannot handle.
I wouldn't be surprised if in a little bit if I go off on a tangent story and he's in there.
Yeah, don't be surprised if my eyes go. And it's not because she's boring me or I don't want to be here. It's just that my body's shutting down.
It's because he's not sleeping. And that's scary. That's like he's not getting enough. And it's not that we're not taking care of ourselves. Like we started up our health journey again. Started going to the gym. We're eating healthier. We're doing it's every time you do that, it shakes the camera. Sorry. We need something more stable. But you know, we've been
personal training,
all of that
things,
to better our health. So our hope is that down the line, episode 20 something, you're like, hey, y'all look a little different. What? Ooh, you were puffier before.
Well, I might be thinner, but I'll probably be in a casket by that point.
Oh, shut up.
I'm telling you, it's crazy. No. It's just crazy. But I mean, that's the thing. And we were actually talking about it last night. I'll bring it back up again because we've all seen the mist videos. We've all seen the fog videos, and it just appears out of nowhere. The weather comes on and tells us, oh, heavy fog's coming. But there's no precipitation. It's just there's fog all of a sudden. It's like this does not add up. And there was a man, a video on the Clock app, was eating ice cream in a big public space, and he literally looked up and he goes, "I got to tell you guys, it started kind of misty," and he looked up and you could see off the top of a building this like machine was spraying the stuff down onto the crowd, and that starts to happen, and then he sees this guy. You can see on the video, he sees this guy in a suit with a briefcase walking out like out of the movies, like the guy,
like Men in Black.
Yeah, like he did his worst and then left.
It just gives that feeling of it kind of feels like population control.
Oh yeah,
100%. It feels like it could be that, and call me a conspiracy theorist, whatever the heck you want to call me, but there's definitely something going on. And those of you that are awake and not just complacent, not accepting everything and being a yes man, yes, sure, yes, no, everything's fine. You got to fucking take the blinders off and wake the fuck up and know that there's something else going on. Everything isn't, rainbows and butterflies. And I'm not trying to be negative, but it's a fucking truth. It's not all hunky dory and peachy and everything's, we want it to be. We manifest that, we strive for that, but the truth of the matter is that there's a lot of fucked up shit happening out there, a lot of fucked up shit that we have no idea what it is, and it's like, we don't want to give that energy. We talk about energy as well. We know how energy works. We know how manifestation works. We don't want to give that energy, and we don't want to feed into it with fear, because let me tell you, they do harness our energy. I do believe that. Call me crazy. I don't give a fuck.
They do.
But they do harness our energy, and from that fear, they are able to, because it's like a collective consciousness. If they get everybody thinking scared, oh my gosh, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, guess the fuck what?
It's going to happen.
It might fucking happen, right? So it's such a fucked up game of bouncing back and forth where I'm always saying like, okay, you know what, but we can't, and I do a good job of saying, you know what, don't feed into that, nothing, it's going to be fine. And I believe that if I get everybody thinking the same way, you know what, fuck them. They can't get to us. We are protected. Let's not feed into that. Let's not feed it fear. Let's be warriors and be courageous and know that in the long run, the power that is in me is greater than the power that is in the world. So we are all protected and we can get through this. You start collectively thinking like that, and you could most possibly beat this together. But at the same time, we can't ignore the fact that something is fucking happening. Am I going to feed it and fear it? No. But you know what? Be aware, because it's definitely happening.
I'll say two things just to kind of food for thought for you guys before we go, because I just want to leave it. I know we're getting a little deep into it. First off, this is not, I can tell you from a psychic aspect, and Dee will tell you the same thing. This is not how our Creator intended us to live. Okay? We are not living how our Creator intended us to live. Okay? And the second thing that I want everybody to think about for a second, really just think about this. Everything that you've ever learned, every little aspect about who we are, where we're from, our history, all the different things, the place we live, the shape that we live, all these different things, was told to us by who and why. Okay? You are literally going off the words of strangers, giving you the information about who you are, why you're here, and everything about your existence. Okay?
That's true. Yeah.
History is a set of lies agreed upon. Okay? That's all it is. So, why would they start telling you the truth now? What do they have to gain from that? Remember that. That's important, okay? Guys, do us a favor. Make sure you like the video. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure that you turn on the alerts so that you can see this every single time here on YouTube, because we want to grow the channel. We want more people to start learning the truth and coming in and sharing their ideas, their thoughts. We go through the comments. We both read all the comments that come in on the videos. It's not a ton right now, but we do read them. We talk about them. So
and it does help us. So please give us your thoughts in the comment section. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Like the video. That really helps us out. Share the video out, and definitely give us your feedback, your thoughts, your comments, what you think. If there's, hey, you know what, I didn't think about it that way, Mooney and Dee, what do you think about this? This is what I think. hey, put that in there because
disagree if you want to disagree.
Yeah, and it'd be great to do an episode where we go back and all right, so we were looking at the comments. Like maybe the next one will be a comments video or something that we can engage that way since we weren't able to do the live. So please take this time on this video to give us your thoughts about anything that we've covered from episode 1 till now. Give us your thoughts. Give us your theories. What do you think? And why do you think like that? If you have a source or something that you've watched or something you've read, put it in the comments to help us all so we can all go look at all this different information. If it's just a theory that you had, or if you say, hey, I meditated and this is what I felt from my prayer, from my meditation, let us know as well. Another thing that I wanted to touch on before we go is please keep watching our TikTok channel. And because what we're starting to do now, these videos that we do on Chris's channel are to help kind of bring attention to our podcast, which you're watching right now. We kind of do a review where we'll look at videos we've seen that are interesting, like where we clipped different videos from the fog, different videos of, I think we did one. What were the two that we did? We did one from the fog. We did another one too.
Yeah, we did. I can't, it's not coming to me right now.
I don't remember what it was either, but we did some videos.
But yeah, check those out.
It's kind of like, hey, check out what we were seeing on our For You page, and we give you guys the videos, and then talk about it. And it's kind of to help bring people back over here so they can say, hey, this is what we're doing now. So look out for that. Share those, like those. Your engagement means the world to us.
Absolutely.
And also, we didn't talk about this in the other episodes, but if you're following Chris on TikTok, which is at Psychic Chris Moon on TikTok, at Psychic Chris Moon, you can catch us live there every single evening, where we do readings sometimes for our subscribers there, and then we do a live sale. You can really support us by watching those lives and making a purchase when we do our live sale.
That's big for us, guys, so we appreciate it. Also, our website is MoonDee's .spotify.com. So
no, not Spotify.
Or I'm sorry, not Spotify. MoonDee's.shopify. Get that right. Yeah. MoonDee's.shopify.com. So if you guys want to stop by there, make a purchase, we would definitely appreciate that.
It's MoonDee'Inc.myshopify.com, and I'll put it on the bottom of the screen.
I had it wrong 4 times. So, anyway, that's the right one. Did I mention I don't sleep anymore? I don't know if I do that.
It's okay. That's what you got me. Woo-hoo. Yeah. MoonDee'Inc.myshopify.com.
We'll put that
Go check it out. Check us out there. We've got our candles, sprays, roll-ons. We're going to have some other stuff on there real soon, some merch. And your support just means the world to us. With you supporting us in that way, we're able to make more content because this is work. It's work. And we gotta be able to make a living off of it. So your support means the world to us.
We appreciate you guys.
Appreciate
look forward to having you back next time.
Bye, guys. Smile and remember to make someone else smile too. Bye.
Bye.